I've been waiting for at least 14 years for this. Let's see here. I'm gonna just change that, and you know what? I've been waiting 14 years for this. I've been waiting a long time for this game, so I'm finally going to do it. I'm finally going to at least play part of Turnabout Trigger. It's been so long that I wanted to play this game so long. Episode 1, Turnabout Trigger. Here he comes! The presidential plane descends from the western skies. Wait a minute, he's making his final approach and lands right in the Gore Lake. Just listen to that crowd. They're totally silent. Welcome, Zigfa. Welcome, Mr. President. And now, sir, your audience awaits. Honored friends and allies, I'm here today to deliver a message. The odious criminals have dogged my beloved thanks to the prosecutor's office of your great country. Huh? What? We offer most heartfelt gratitude. However, friends, do not forget. The battle against evil rages on. Here today I make you this solemn promise. We shall crush the wicked with the righteous hammer of justice. Ah! Call the prosecutor's office. Get Miles Edgeworth here right away. If anyone can solve this, he can. If no one can do it, sure he can. Ah, that is some sweet. That is sweet to look at. Finally, new music. Sorry about that. March 25th, 2:46 p.m. Gourd Lake, spectator area. The news must be halfway around the world already. Around the world, around the... Stop that. After all, it's not every day an attempt is made on the life of a nation's president. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor. Gosh darn it, I've been settled into another case again. I came as soon as I got the call. The moment the phone rang, I knew it was serious. Mr. Edgeworth! Thank goodness you're here, sir. You already know who this guy is. How is it, President Detective? We still don't know, Mr. Edgeworth. The medics just spotted the plane a few minutes ago. I see. I hope he's alright. Then I suppose you'd better show me the scene of the crime instead. Right away, sir! Hey! I said hey! Hey, you, Ruffles! Huh? Who's that? You're the prosecutor in charge of this here case, ain't ya? Want to give me your first impressions? Anything strike you all as odd? No comment. Detective Gumshoe, with me. Come on now, Mr. Prosecutor. Don't be like that. Mr. Edgeworth, wait for me. Now, Detective, I'll need the facts of the case in as much detail as you can give me. I'm saluting, sir. Well, the scene was right here at Gourd Lake, as you already know. A bunch of people were gathered to welcome the president of Xin Fa. Di Shun Wang. Yes, I read about his visit. It's been all over the news for days now. It was raining until just before he landed. Luckily, it let up and he went on stage as planned. And then he tripped and fell. And then everybody laughed because it was still moist on the ground. And then, smack dab in the middle of his speech, bang! A gun goes off, and everybody runs for cover, terrified for their lives. Apparently. Truth is, I only just showed up myself. I don't know a lot more than you do, sir. You were someone on short notice as well? Sure was. Right in the middle of my day off. I was at the office, taking advantage of the peace and quiet to prepare for my next case. And then the boss himself calls you to the scene. Never a dull moment, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? The boss? Yeah, chief prosecutor was right here in the park. Saw the whole thing. First chance he got, he yelled at the top of his lungs. Get me Mr. Edgeworth right away. He's the only man for the job. Something like that. I see. Oh, they turned the perimeter of the park off. As soon as it happens, you'll be happy to know. So our would-be assassin is still here somewhere? Good. Even more victims. Now all you gotta do is find them in the middle of that crowd, before they strike again. You're right. You don't know what else our culprit might be planning. These people are in danger. We don't have a moment to lose. Let's begin with the basics. You search every inch of the crime scene for clues, no matter how insignificant they may seem. Precisely. Person was shot at, which means a gun was involved. That's our first clue. Alright, duly noted. Detective Gumshoe, how exactly was the security detail surrounding the president's speech organized? Well, sir, our officers were mainly focused on securing the perimeter at the park. The president's people took charge of the rest. He has his own team of bodyguards. See those guys over there? Maybe we should ask them for a few questions. If I wanted to. Can I help you? You're one of the president's bodyguards, correct? Could you tell me how his security detail was arranged during the speech? Two of our senior operatives were attached to the president. The rest secured the stage. This is our first rodeo. Anything suspicious in that crowd, and we would have spotted it right away. I see. So the president's security was tightly orchestrated for the duration of his speech. Let's investigate further. We should speak with other witnesses and continue to look over the crime scene. We can't afford to leave any stone unturned. So that's how you're gonna do it, huh? Sure is something seeing the pros at work. Care to share the bit about what happens to that information once you've got a hold of it? Bystanders. This one seems persistent, but I can't afford to get distracted. What's this cup here? Hey, Raffles, I'll ask you a question, dang it. What happens next? Well, we put all the information together, trying to find connections, right, sir? Detective! Ah, don't be so hard on the poor guy. So, connections, you say, and what next? Well, I guess he's... Logic master. Right, let's do this. Despite the president's tight security, the perpetrators still managed to carry out their attack. Completely undetected and by a contingent of highly trained bodyguards, no less. No mean feat. This would have taken some serious planning. In other words, the assassination attempt was almost certainly premeditated. That's your stuff, Mr. Edgeworth. The old logic never fails, huh? Fort Lake, Lakeside Stage. Let's get this investigation started. Time to examine anything that looks suspicious. To examine things, huh? No! No. I was surprised as you, sir, but there's no mistaking it. It's a Steel Samurai. Steel Samurai. We're old Tokyo. It's a popular TV show. Old, young, it doesn't matter. It truly has something for everyone. Beats me why they had the Steel Samurai balloon at a welcome party for a foreign president. It is a little odd, although now that I think about it, what better hero to represent our nation? Breaks your heart, though, don't it? It does. What villainy could have befallen him? When his witnesses said he popped around right about when the gun went off, which would strongly suggest that a bullet struck the balloon. Looks like we got a cold case of cold-blooded samurai murder on our hands too as well. This is sacrilege. I won't rest until the culprit has been apprehended. Whoever shot the Steel Samurai is going down. Down! Detective, we cannot let this vile assassin escape. We won't, sir. You can count on it. Started out as flying to the right at the lakeside stage, but has since been popped. No. It's a flag of Zing Fa. The key motive is the blazing red phoenix. Wait, what's this? Something the matter, sir. You don't see it, detective. There's something unusual about this flag. Compare it with the one on the other side of the stage, if you will. Oh, that's a beauty ring right there. Just look at it flapping in the... Oh, that's a beauty right there. Just look at it flapping in the wind. It's immaculate. Exactly. This is how a flag should look. And yet, here we see quite a different picture. One thing in particular stands out, don't you think? Right, of course, really? Look closely. Do you see the hole? Whoa, look at that. You're right, sir. I noticed the burn marks around the edges. That's a bullet hole. There's no mistaking it. A bullet hole? So you're saying a bullet went through this flag? I think I've got enough information with them. Then see, we're figuring out. There is a bullet hole in the flag, and it seems highly likely that the balloon was popped by bullets too. Which means 2 shots were fired, right, sir? Possibly even 3. The president was shot as well, remember? Equally, the hole in the flag and the hole in the balloon could have been made by the same bullets. What we need to know is how many gunshots there were. Investigation complete. Alright, on with the Raffles! Y'all figured out something, huh? Care to share? Who exactly is she? Why does she keep shouting at us? Rubbernecker, I guess. Seems pretty interested in the case. Come on, give me something here. We do need to speak with some witnesses to find out how many gunshots there were. Fine, let's see if she can tell us anything. There y'all are. Tubby Lloyd, at your service. That's actually a really good nickname. I'm looking into the case for, well, just for me right now, but looking into the case. Miss Lloyd was it? Miss Lloyd, there's something I'd like to ask you. Well, what can you tell me? Any exclusive details you want to share? How about the burp? Have they made any demands? What about them their raffles? Where does a feller like a cravat like that? Hold it! Will you be quiet for a moment? I'll be asking the questions here. Dang, here I thought I could get me something juicy for my piece. Need to know about the shooting. Can you tell me about how many gunshots you heard? Why, I most certainly cannot. I beg your pardon? You can't just be handing out leads for free. That's my self-livelihood. Oh, come on. Don't hold down on us. You gotta share sometimes. Our secrets. Me? Hold on. Hold on, and you? Well, if y'all are gonna be like that, I'll be moving right along. Goodbye. Wait for what exactly, huh? If you got nothing for me, I'm gone. We're first out of moves here. Out of moves, I wouldn't be so sure. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? As you know, Detective, I like to play a little chess. What does one do in chess when an opponent adopts a defensive position? Why, the board offers any number of options, but some are more effective than others. Sorry, sir, but this is all going way over my head. I'm more of a checkers person myself. No matter how impenetrable an opponent's defense may seem, it can always be overcome. Watch and learn, Detective, as I shatter my opponent's resolve with the power of words. Can't wait to finally do this. I've been waiting to do the one thing in the series that I have yet to do. And that is... when attempting to draw out an entrenched opponent, one must employ certain tactics. Let us picture the board and see if we can anticipate our adversary's next move. Here it comes! I've been waiting for this all the time. Now, we must analyze the state of play. Oh my god. Y'all ain't getting nothing on me. Not until you give me something in return. My opponent has dug yourself indeed. The defenses won't be easily broken. But I can't afford to try your patience by taking too long to plot my next move. In other words, you must be conscious not just of my strategy, but also the passing of time. That said, I can't afford to waste words either. In fact, it can be dividends not to. My opponent gets too agitated. If you're gonna fix something, ask me something, well, you get dinged. Well, ask it already. I may be able to gain a tactical advantage by calmly biding my time. Then, when I see a crack in my opponent's armor, I pounce. I should begin by finding out what it is she does. Alright, time to make my opening gambit. Mind chess! Commence! It's mind chess, really? Okay. Why don't you begin by telling me about what it is you do? Sure, or I could totally not do that. Think I don't know when to keep my mouth shut? That's my job. Is it now? So you do know something you won't or can't tell anybody about? I know, shut up! You know, lawbreaking. That's what you're insinuating. I'm a law-abiding, everyday citizen, and you got no reason to say otherwise. Forgive me, I mean nothing by it. If it's something you can't tell me about, imagine it must be very important work indeed. Huh? Well, sure, I guess. Leastways, it'll be once I bag me my first big scoop. Heh. I see. It's a scoop you're after. So you're a journalist. Is that correct? Dang. Sure. I'm your friendly neighborhood reporter. I'm the hungriest cub on the beat. That's the mystery of what she does for a living solved. Perhaps our hungry young cub has gathered information vital to the case. Let's make that our next line of inquiry. With the opening moves concluded, the mid-game approaches. What else does she have to tell us? At the time of the incident, were you present at the scene of the crime? Come on now, Raffles. You ain't gonna give little old Tabby something first? Absolutely not. Then I give you none either. You think I'm a sucker? Think again. Come on, this is my career we're talking about here. You gotta give me something. Sadly, the more you know, the more you might find yourself in danger. I ain't scared. I'm a pro. Takes more in the scoop of a little gunfire to face me. Huh. You may be a pro, as you put it, but I'd say you're still a little wet behind the ears. You say you heard gunfire, which proves you're at the scene of the crime. Therefore, you must have seen something. Double dang. Fine, I was here. I saw it. Came to report on the big speech. Wound up reporting on a shooting. And you won't get no more out of me than that. I'm done with your tricks, Ruffles. If she came to report on the event, she must have made a record of some kind. A record I would very much like to get my hands on. This is quite the clue as to where the conversation takes next. As to where to take the conversation next. You're a reporter, which means you must have been making a record of some kind. You got more questions? You've got to give me something first. That's a deal. Besides, a record only has like, what, 12 songs? You haven't given me anything yet. I'm not in the habit of making deals. Now tell me what I need to know. Sorry, Ruffles, can't help you. Time to play my clue. No self-respecting reporter would leave the house without a means of putting things on the record. So tell me, Miss Lloyd, where is yours? Of course I make a record. I told you I'm a pro. Think near my shoes out running around this one. Which is why I'm not about to hand it over to you, to the first person who asked me. I'm not just anyone, young lady. I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Don't you young blame me? You ain't getting it, no matter how many times you ask. You understand, don't you, Ruffles? It ain't nothing personal. I understand that your job is a difficult one. You do? Well, ain't that sweet. And in such a competitive field, you must sometimes doubt that you'll ever succeed. I'll go playing far, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Just as long as I've got my trusty tape recorder, I'll be always ready to nab me a scoop. Intriguing. A young reporter hungry for success. So dedicated to her craft that to leave such an important event unrecorded would be unthinkable. And indeed she did not. She committed the entire event to tape. Dang it. This is my scoop you're missing with a big break. Fine, sure. I recorded the whole darn thing. It's all right here. You got me, okay? Checkmate. Mind chess. Checkmate. There's something else, Raffles. I was trying to be all strong and silent, but you had me singing like a canary. Never mind that. Now place the tape. This should finally tell us how many shots there were fired. Fine, you can hear it, but I got conditions. You play me like a fiddle, Raffles. Only the chief ever played me so good. So you gotta agree to the chief number 2, and be mentored to Rising Star, aka me. Chief number 2, huh? Kind of like a second parent. That's a big responsibility, sir. And one more thing, I want exclusive reporting rights for the first 24 hours. Come on, you gotta say yes. What kind of manager wouldn't give his star people the exclusive, huh? She's a difficult woman to refuse, and I need to hear that recording. 24 hours is more than I can promise, but the story is yours until the case is resolved. And the job of the chief number 2? I think not. Yeah, you're no fun, but I guess a girl can have everything. All for the sake of the scoop, huh? Alright, you got yourself a deal. I got exclusive access starting right this second, Raffles. Good. Then our first order of business is to listen to that tape. And with that, I'm going to save this trigger. I hope you all don't get triggered by this. I made a horrible joke. Alright. So this has been Dry Dre Oasis. I've been your host. And these two have been my two co-hosts, Kirby and Snorlax. Say goodbye, Kirby and Snorlax. Bye-o. And as always, you can follow me on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, Discord, or Blue Sky under Dry Dre Oasis. I've been your host. And oh boy, let's see here. Alright, I hope that you've all had a great day so far, and if not, I hope the rest of your day is better or tomorrow is better for you. See y'all later and take care. Bye bye.